Hello, I'm Catherine Rowan and I'm here today without any makeup on to talk to you about grey hair and how as your hair grows grey it might impact the colours that you have been used to wearing, how your colour palette changes, and also to talk about the fact that not all grey hair is the same. In fact, there's a whole range of different colours of grey hair, and it does even impact the range of greys that you wear. So let's start with, first of all, the concept that people are either cool or warm, because this seems to prevail in the colour business. The people who do color analyses often talk about people being cool or warm, but this negates the fact that quite a high proportion of us are neutral. We have neutral skin tones for a start. Also, many people are a mixture of cool and warm. They might have a neutral skin tone, but they might have warm hair and warm eyes. Or it might be a whole variety of things. So many people are a mixture of cool and warm. So simply deciding on colors and seasons based on cool and warm is not the way that I practice color. The system that I have learned looks much more into the psychology of the seasons in terms of diagnosing a person into seasons, and things like, you know, facial features are looked at, shapes, all sorts of things are looked at, sound of voice, where you move, all sorts of things to diagnose your season. So one of the other things that I've heard around and about is people thinking that their season changes once their hair goes grey. In the system that I practice, your season doesn't change because you haven't changed fundamentally as a person. Your essence has not changed. Your colouring might have changed, so your colour palette may vary, but not your season. So as you go grayer, it's certainly true. You may need to lighten your color palette. It may need to go softer. That's certainly true. You may suddenly find that you can wear grays, which have not been a good color for you before in your life. But which grays should you be wearing? Okay, so I've got two sets of grays here. If you look at my face, my skin tone is actually quite neutral. Overall, I'm on the cool side of neutral, you could say. I have green eyes. I don't know if you can, how clearly you can see them on the video, but my eyes are green. But they tend towards the teal side of green, not the olive side of green. So they're a cooler green. My natural hair color was a dark ash brown, not a warm chocolate brown. So it was a dark, cool brown. And my skin tone has some sort of, it's a sort of like a pale olive, I would say. So this sort of green pigment that you see in my eyes, you do actually find also in my skin and my hair. So let me show you two different types of gray strips now. So we've got one here of grays ranging from a light gray to a charcoal gray. And these light grays, as you can see, are quite silvery. But as you can see, they're not particularly a very good match to my hair. And I've got this strip of grays. The lighter grays just have a little bit more warmth in them, actually. They're more taupey. I think these grays look a better match against my hair, but also against my skin. So you can start to see, from this I can start to know that maybe the grays that look better on me are more these sorts of grays than these sorts of grays. Although as it gets darker, because my original hair color was so dark, my eyebrows are still dark, I can wear the darker grays, probably on both sides. Okay, so what does this look like in actual items of clothing? So here's a very light gray, like a silvery gray. So what do you think? Does that look good on me? It might be okay, but I personally think it's not really that wonderful against my skin tone. This one is a little bit darker. This is a scarf. Can you see the difference? I go a little bit darker, just a slight little bit more towards the pewter direction, and it starts to look better. It starts to harmonize better with my hair, my skin, and my eyes. Right, so let's look at another medium gray. It's like this one that looks good against this one. So this one, it's probably an improvement over this one. Okay, better harmonization with my hair, skin, and my eyes. But if you look at it against this one again, this one still looks maybe not quite as good a match. I don't know if you can tell on the video, but this one is a better match. Okay, we've got another pewter here. So those also work, right? And we can even go into the darker ones. As I said, once I go darker, I can wear a wider range. So we've got this one, and we've got this one. But some grays, although you can wear them, just won't look as exciting as other grays. So for me, if I'm wearing a dark gray, it's actually a replacement black for me. I no longer wear black. It's too harsh on me. So I wear a dark gray, or like off black colors, a charcoal, or maybe a dark navy, or even like a dark sort of teal, you know, because my eyes, the outer ring of my eyes is quite dark. So I think this one looks really nice as a dark charcoal on me, like a replacement black. So as you can see, there's lots of variation in the grays. And even like for me, I said my eyes are green. My sweater, it's a silvery green really. But when you look at my hair, you can see that actually there might be quite a bit of green pigment in it. Okay, back to this light sweater again. Against this, it doesn't look like, it's not really a match. Against the green, it's a better match. So much you can learn from the study of your hair, skin, and eyes. And I'm offering an opportunity to you to study with me the pigments in your hair, skin, and eyes to refine your understanding of the range of colors that you can wear. In January, to kick off the new year, I am holding or offering a Power and Beauty Reboot. It's a 2-month program meeting once a week for a small group. And we will be doing a number of things on this reboot, but one of them is doing some color work. We're going to be studying photos of each other so that we can learn from each other and talk about tips like I've just showed you, hair, skin, and eyes. But specifically, I will want you to come away with a better understanding of the range of colors you can wear from this study of your hair, skin, and eyes. So we're going to talk about beauty and reframing some of societal attitudes towards aging and beauty on the reboot. I'm also going to be talking about power. Many of us are very disappointed with the models of power we see in the world, the amount of control, dominance, the lack of integrity, and we're looking for new models of power. I think particularly this is true for women. I have, through my spiritual studies and practice, been introduced to some models of feminine power. For many years, I studied with an Indian teacher. She's still my teacher, and I've studied some of the Indian esoteric systems where the model of where the feminine is seen as being power, Shakti, and there is one model where there are 10 aspects of feminine power. So helpful, I think, for women in both activating these powers within and teaching them a new framework of power, which is non-hierarchical, non-controlling, non-dominant. So it's a whole reframe. We look at what is power, and then we're going to look at all the internal parts of us, the internal parts that still dominate. I like to call the slave driver. Another is actually the slave. If you've got a slave driver, you've got a slave. So we want to be transforming these inner parts. We don't want these in charge, if you like, of our inner board of directors. Let's have the queen in charge instead. So we're going to be doing some reframing and working with those parts with a wonderful tool that I have, which you can use for ongoing use. And then another aspect of the program will be some meditative movement practices. You know, we don't want these learnings to be intellectual. We want to be able to embody them. So the meditation and the movement is not only good from the point of view for health, but also from the point of view of experiencing experiencing a new way of working with power, and also an experience of what it is to align back with your natural essence, you know, what you are naturally beneath the layer of conditioning. Because if some of the parts of the program we're wanting to remove some of these layers of conditioning, we've also got to align with what is not conditioned. So we're going to look at that, help you to find your groundwork in that, so that when you move forwards to whatever your plans are for the new year, what it is you're looking to express, we've removed some of the blocks in the way of that expression, and you are feeling happier in your own skin, more able to express yourself, more vibrant and alive. And what better way to kick off 2024 with 2 months study of doing this. I hope you will join me, and the link is available either depending where you're watching this video. The link is available below, or in the email in which I'm sending this video to you. So I hope to meet you. Lots of love, and bye for now.